in and out for the next half hour. I'll probably be on and off and trying to get my after-work shit done and over with real quick. Just in case taking a shower. I basically just want to take a shower.
You know, a person might want you to prove that shit.
Hey, I've got no problem proving that. I'm all about the evidence.
I want proof of that, people, because as we all know with Jason, if there's pictures, it didn't happen. And not only that, if there's pictures, I might still need to verify that it's actually something.
I will do you a solid. I will actually hop in the shower on the air. How's that?
Yeah, maybe David might not want to see that.
That's all right. We're going to video keep going.
I want to make sure that that's not a bug. You know.
It's all good.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure
For the next half hour, I'll be on and off because I need to have a quick shower and I need coffee. Gotta have coffee.
Yeah.
Well, David and I...
Oh, well, even better. Better drink a lot of that before those shower pictures. I was just saying, you know, David and I had a great first story, and we talked about whether or not Monster Energy drinks were, you know, advertisements for Satan, because, you know, the M on Monster possibly could be a Hebrew 6 3 times.
Really?
It could be. So, and then now we're going to talk about would astronauts survive through, you know, an interstellar trip through a wormhole from the Smithsonian site. Did you see Interstellar, that movie yet, Jason?
I have not. I've heard about it. A lot of people said it was fucking awesome, but
they did.
I have not seen it.
It's actually been written up as the most realistic space or, you know, space wormhole story as far as being done in a movie, like, ever, that's ever come out. So, one of the most accurate simulations ever. And so I'm definitely going to go and see it. And so when I came across this story on Smithsonian, you know, I know how much Jason loves science, of course, and so I thought he would love this story. And definitely David is a technical kind of guy as well, so I thought he might dig this story. I want to pull everything off of the mirror for you guys, for sure. So, you know, what we're saying is, you know, it depends on your definition of wormhole, for sure. So, you know, in the space opera story Interstellar, the astronauts are seeking to save humanity, you know, and they found a lifeline, which is a wormhole that mysteriously appeared next to Saturn. And the tunnel through space-time leads to a distant galaxy and the chance to find habitable planets that humans can colonize. And I mean, yeah, okay, this is a typical story that we see, right? You know, we see this often in space movies. It's always about some planet that maybe we can go to colonize. And, that's not a bad thing. You know, let's face it, we're always burning up the Earth, and we're all fucking it up all the time. That's the first time I've said fuck tonight, by the way. I want you to know. I've been on very good behavior. The movie's wormhole is based on real physics, though, from retired tech professor Kip Thorne. And so he's an astrophysics pioneer who also helped Carl Sagan design his wormhole for the novel Contact. So the visualizations are stunning in this movie, and they are being hailed as some of the most accurate simulations of wormholes and black holes ever in film. So, but there's one aspect, you know, of plunging into an interstellar express that the film doesn't address. So it doesn't say at all in the movie, how do you survive the trip? So although they didn't call it such, you know, the original wormhole actually was a brainchild of Albert Einstein and his assistant Nathan Rosen, and they were, of course, trying to solve Einstein's equations for general, you know, relativity in a way that would ultimately lead to. Oh shit! Even though they didn't call it that, you know, they were describing space as two geometric shapes that were connected by bridges, by which we perceive as particles. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that we could survive travel through a wormhole? How do you feel about that?
I have no idea. I mean, I think anything is possible.
You do? Think so?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would be terrified. I mean, even when they ask, like, okay, even now, they're like, who wants to go, live on this other planet? Who wants to pay for that trip? Do you want to be a part of this solar, this lunar exploration? I don't think I want to. Even if, not that I could ever afford it anyway, but I don't think I want to go. I don't know.
Well, I mean, if your planet's about to blow up or, burn, I would.
Yeah, all right.
I would definitely do it,
All right, I guess if it was that movie where you're going to get flamed out, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
If you could make it onto the ship before you got we try to hitch on the ride. Yeah, but I mean, if we didn't know that was going to happen, and I couldn't afford it, and I wasn't so sure if it was going to only be a one-way trip, I'd almost be wondering, like, is the government just, how I am? Oh, David doesn't know how I am about government conspiracy. I'm so sure the government's just trying to get rid of us, get us out of here, and it's a one-way trip, and we're not coming back,
Yeah.
But, because I'm paranoid about the government. I'm that person. But, what do you think, Jay? Do you think we could make it through that? I don't know. Did Jay jump off? He might have.
He's probably in the shower.
He's naked. I'll just... Okay. Oh, there he is. All right.
I'm in the shower, Bill.
All right. Yeah. Sounds like he's in the shower. I love this. Naked GCR. You didn't tell me we were doing naked GCR tonight. We should have all been in the shower. David would have totally been up for that. He would totally do that. I don't think his wife would care. She wouldn't care. So, anyway, another physicist, Elizabeth Flamm, had independently discovered such bridges in 1916 in his solution to Einstein's equations. So, anyway, unfortunately for all of them, this theory of everything didn't work out because the theoretical bridges did not ultimately behave like real particles. So Einstein and Rosen's 1935 paper popularized the concept of a tunnel through the fabric of space-time. And it got other physicists thinking seriously about the implications. So Princeton physicist John Wheeler then coined the term wormhole in the 1960s when he was exploring these models. And he just noted that the bridges were akin to the holes that worms bore through apples. So he just decided that they looked like that. That it was like you could take a shortcut through the worm's tunnel. So if you imagine that our three-dimensional space-time is like the skin of an apple that curves around a higher dimension called the bulk, then an Einstein-Rosen bridge is a tunnel through the bulk that lets travelers take a fast lane between the 2 points in space. So just to sort of explain it for anybody out there who might be listening who doesn't get it, who doesn't, they're like, what the heck is a wormhole? I have no idea what that means. I didn't pay attention in science class. That's what it means, to make a long story short. So, it might sound strange, but it is a legitimate mathematical solution to general relativity. So, the simple sphere of matter so dense that not even light can escape its gravitational pull. Astronomers believe that these black holes do exist, and they're formed when the cores of exceedingly massive stars collapse in and onto themselves. So, could black holes also be wormholes? And also, then, does that make them, thus gateways to interstellar travel? It's very cool. I think I love the idea of interstellar travel. I've always been fascinated. When I was a kid, I wanted to be an astronomer, David. I was fascinated. I had a telescope, and I would spend hours and hours and hours just outside. On the weekends, we had like a lake house in Central Florida, and that's when I could really see the stars. And I would spend hours and hours outside by the lake, just looking up at the stars at night. And I would get out the star chart and think about those kinds of things. And I've always loved any kind of show that was about interstellar and galactic travel. And of course, I was obsessed with. Spock was my favorite, but I was obsessed with Star Trek. Yeah, I was a total, little dork like that. But, nothing wrong with that. But, mathematically speaking, maybe. But they're saying that no one would survive the trip in this article. And that's so sad to me. I think that's so sad. I mean, is it because they think they would get ripped apart trying to make the trip, or because they don't think any kind of craft would make the trip? Because, it always works in Star Trek, right? They always, everyone holds on, and, damn it, Jim, and the ship starts shaking, and they're, battening down, and someone's screaming at Scotty, and, they're moving at warp speed, and they're putting Band-Aids and duct tape on some shit downstairs, right? And then somehow they make it through. So, in my mind, that's how it should really work. But
I don't see why we couldn't, because it works in Spaceballs. It works.
Exactly. I love Spaceballs. I bet Jason's got some Spaceballs happening right now. Just thinking about it. He's going to get me for that later. He always does. But, right? But anyway, in the Schwarzschild model, the dark heart of a black hole is a singularity, a neutral, unmoving sphere with infinite density. And Wheeler calculated what would happen if a wormhole is born when two singularities in far-flung parts of the universe merge in the bulk, creating a tunnel between these Schwarzschild black holes. And he found that such a wormhole is inherently unstable. That's kind of sad. So the tunnel forms, but then it contracts and pinches off. So it leaves you once more with just two singularities. They just don't keep the connection. So this process of growth and contraction happens so fast that actually what they're saying is that not even light actually continues to make it through the tunnel. That doesn't happen like in the movies. And an astronaut trying to pass through would encounter a singularity, which is going to be sudden death. The immense gravitational forces would actually rip the traveler apart. So, So anyone or anything that attempts the trip will get destroyed in the pinch-off, Thorne writes in his companion book to the movie, The Science of Interstellar. So, as always, I'm going to go ahead and post this on our site for those of you that would like to learn more about this. But it's certainly an interesting theory. They're saying, it's Smithsonian.com, which I kind of wish it was a Huffington Post now, because if it was, I would have to think that maybe it wasn't true, and I'm still wishing that it wasn't true, at this point, because I would love it, if this kind of travel was possible. So, who knows? Sometimes things are true, and then later they prove that it's not, right?
Yep.
But, so sometimes we do 2 stories, sometimes we do more, but, it's already 5:30, so I think that's enough for weird news for tonight. And I think we should go ahead and start talking about you, David. So again, So again, welcome to the show. And, I'm excited because you and I have been Facebook friends for quite some time. I think I've been Facebook friends with you in 3 different states now, since way back when. Seriously, I'm serious. I lived in Georgia. Then I got dragged over to that god-awful place, Alabama, and then,
you're back to Louisiana now, aren't you?
Followed some man over there. That didn't work out. Now I'm back over to Louisiana where my family lives, which is awesome. Awesome to be back over here. So, definitely going to make it happen over here. It's going to be great once I finish getting all settled in. But, I'm a Southern girl, so, got to stay in the South. But, and I've visited over your way a few times, and I keep trying to get over there for one of your events, which you guys just, I watch, with great curiosity and excitement about what you guys are doing over there. And I've seen over the past few years, you guys kind of started off smaller, and your events have gotten bigger and more creative and more exciting. And I see that you guys are having, really great reviews and a great turnout. And, so I wanted you to, be able to come on and you're doing new things all the time and really be able to, sort of introduce you to people, tell them what you're all about and sort of start at the beginning with that and kind of get your information out there to people and give you a little promotion on the show. So, So let's go back. So everybody, David is from Mississippi. Tell everybody, a little bit about where you're from and how you first got interested, when you first got interested and how you first got interested in all things that were weird and paranormal.
Basically, started out with a group called Ghost Hunters Extreme. and this was 11 years ago. Me and my buddy Stephen Ellis, we were, sitting around the house. We were drinking, of course.
No.
And we were like, yeah.
Not from
we
the
were
South. You weren't drinking.
I mean, that's all we can do down here is drink.
That's true. I know. It's so true. So sad, but true.
So basically what we did, we were sitting around the house, and next thing you know, we were looking at some shows on TV and plus getting on the internet, and we came up on a paranormal show called Ghost Hunters, and we were like, let's go see what this ghost hunting kick's about. Well, we went out to a cemetery, probably about 10 miles down the road. This is like deep in the woods. It's called Freetown Road. Actually, the name of the road was called Freetown because after the Civil War, the slaves were given this road because they didn't have any other place to go. They were given all kinds of property. Yeah, it was pretty cool. We went down to the cemetery. It was 3 guys, and all we had was a thermal imaging camera. We had a voice recorder and just a regular digital camera. We stayed down there for 3 hours asking questions, the same old, old school routine. Went back to his house, and I went straight into the bedroom and started listening to the recording. Well, I asked a question while I was down there, did you die in anguish? And this female's voice came back. Said, no, I didn't. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm stuck. That's it. It was 3 guys, and we get a female voice in the cemetery. I mean, no electricity, nothing. I mean, it was in the middle of nowhere. Well, of course, the group ended up, sort of splitting apart, and I decided to take it to the next level. I created True Seekers Paranormal Research and Investigations. Now, we lasted around for a while, then decided to merge with Spars Paranormal, and that's when we changed the name to Delta Paranormal Project.
Right
on. It's been going great. That lasted for about 4 years.
I remember when you were at Spars. I remember that. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and after that, here after Mississippi Parafest, and me and Paula Westbrook, we created a group because she was the founder of Spars. I was on True Seekers, and we're like, you know what, let's go ahead and just do our own thing and go from there. So that's whenever, we formed, Gene Hamill came up with the idea about Mississippi Paranormal Research Institute. I was like, let's do it. Let's go ahead and start this group. So, and that's where MPRI came from. It's actually, we've been going on for a month now after Mississippi Parafest. Basically, what we do is we help other teams promote themselves on the website. It's like a paranormal directory.
Oh, okay.
Type thing. We basically, we do it like family members. We help. It's like para-unity type thing. We help them out. They help us out, but they get to keep the same protocol. They keep the same name and everything.
Right.
So,
right.
But yeah, that's where we're standing at right now.
So, are you no longer the Delta Paranormal Project? Are you ditching that altogether? Or? Okay.
Oh yeah. That's,
okay.
We squashed. Yeah, we squashed that name right after Mississippi Parafest. But yeah, whenever.
Well, you should have told me. Okay.
No, it's cool. But whenever me and Paula investigate together, whenever we get back together and investigate locations, we do it as Delta Paranormal Project just to keep the name alive. Because we busted our butts over the years getting the name out there and promoting and doing these events. So
yeah. Well, yeah, a lot of people know you as that for sure.
I know.
You're very widely known as that. So, yeah, you might even want to put that like an AKA with that like small letters somewhere, just so that you sort of don't lose that. Just even maybe the first year while you're doing this new project, because because as soon as I say Delta Paranormal Project, I know that people know who you are. For sure, and you have worked really hard to publicize yourself, and I know that you've been written up with a lot of different publications, and interviewed for a lot of different things as that. So, it would be a shame to let it completely go, too quickly, because people might be like, "What? Like who?" Or whatever.
Yeah. What, they broke up? Blah blah blah. And the thing is, we didn't. We separated, but we're still keeping the name. We're still keeping it alive. You know, it's not like, you know, some teams out there, yeah, they break up and they start a new group and they don't talk to each other and they bash each other type thing. No, I mean, this right here, we did this because we had different goals, you know,
right?
And we couldn't do what I want to do whenever the protocol says something different, and you know, it was just totally, totally.
I hate that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean. But I mean, it worked out great. I mean, we're still, me and Paul are still friends, and everybody with you know, the old Delta Paranormal, they're friends with us. We help each other promote, and that's all it is too. It's just we wanted to go different ways and do our different, you know, different things. Because I mean, you see me, I love getting out there, and I like, you know, filming movies and stuff and documentaries, and with them, they didn't like doing that. They like just, you know, investigating, and that was about it. And also with the, I lost train of thought right now.
Filming movies and documentaries.
Also with, you know, investigating residential homes. I just got sick and tired of it. I mean, there was been multiple times that we were put in locations that were dangerous. But we still had to because that's what we do. We help our clients, and you know, we do our fundraisers. And I just didn't want to put, you know, anybody in my team in that situation anymore. I didn't want to put my wife in that situation, you know.
Well, no, yeah, I don't blame you for that. Now, and a lot of those old locations are really dangerous. I mean, I've been in some really dangerous old decrepit buildings, and it can be really scary for sure.
Yeah.
You had a small part on Haunted Asylum, didn't you?
Ghost Asylum? You talking about Ghost Asylum with on Destination America?
Yeah,
absolutely. I just happened to get a call from a producer one day, and they were like, "Hey, look, we need somebody down here to investigate Vicksburg." Okay, yeah, I'm game, whatever, you know. But yeah, I mean, it was a fun time. It was just basically just the interview part because we investigated Keene State Hospital. I mean, I love Keene State Hospital. It's a pre-Civil War hospital. And, hell, I can step out on my balcony right now and I can look at Keene State Hospital. But, yeah, I mean, it was a great time investigating it, you know. It was also, you know, a great time hanging out with TWC and hanging out with, you know, Matt, the producer, and Destination America. They got some cool evidence. They actually got an EVP in there that we've received before, so I thought that was pretty interesting.
Did you help them capture the ghost?
No, I wasn't a part of that. I was just there for the interview. You know, the thing is, Jason, it is different with Ghost Asylum, and you know, it's a good group of guys, and they are credible. It's something different with them trying to, you know, trap a ghost. Some of the stuff I've been looking at, man, I mean, hey, why not try it? I mean, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's a good thing that they're not saying, oh, yeah, we did find it. We did trap this, you know, type thing. But they're like, nah, well, nothing in there, you know. I mean,
I do like the fact that they are a bit innovative.
Yeah,
I don't think they've ever captured a fucking ghost, though. Oh, I'm sorry, I just don't see it.
No, I don't either. I don't get that.
But hey, they go on until they have. Not yourself.
I mean, I can't prove that they haven't, but I have trouble believing it. I mean, I haven't seen it for myself, so I have trouble believing it. That's all. But I mean, who am I to say that?
Hey, but some of the equipment that they're making to trap the ghost might help us out actually try to collect evidence, you know.
Oh, I love that.
They're using a lot of crystals. Crystals is, well, it's basically a big fucking, you know, good source of energy, you know. They use it in a lot of electrical devices today, you know. DVD players have them, watches have them, you know, they put crystals in them. Why? Because it's a good conductor.
Sure.
As far as it containing a ghost, I don't think it will contain a ghost, but I do think that it is possible to utilize that in some kind of EM pump sort of way, or get it to manifest in some way.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you. I mean, a spirit. The word spirit, you know, it could be leftover energy. You know, that's one thing I also look at too. I mean, leftover energy. Say if you come home for 30 years, you get off work, come sit in your favorite recliner, or either that, you know, do what Jason does and get in the shower. But
yeah,
that's what I do. That sounds so good. I'm going to wash myself twice.
I don't see any evidence of that.
Hey, you got to be Barney this time.
But just think about it. You come home, you sit in your favorite recliner, and then, you know, for 30 years you pass away. Do you think that your energy could still be left over in that recliner? I mean, because you went through emotions in that recliner, even watching TV, talking on the phone, going through, you know, just drama in life. I mean, could your energy be trapped there? Would that be considered a haunted object? You know? I mean, it's just theories and just, you know, could it happen? You know? That's just the leftover energy, like you were talking about the crystals. I mean, I agree with you about the trapping thing, but could that energy actually still be attached to that object, to that crystal?
Oh, don't take me there, David. I am so into crystals and their energy. I've been collecting crystals and stones, honest to God, since I was a kid who started middle school. And I absolutely believe that the energy can attach itself to the crystal, and also that the spirits can feed off of and collect energy from the crystals. And I mean, you know, the energy that they possess is a scientifically proven fact. So, I mean, which is why, like Jason said, they use the crystals in so many things. So, it's fascinating. It's fascinating. It really is.
I mean,
haunted itself, but it's really the object. I don't think the energy goes away.
No, it doesn't.
It moves on to some other kind of object.
Yep.
They might sit down and say, hey, I like this dildo. I'm going to hang out around this now. I had a lot of fun sitting on this.
Okay, and everybody went silent. After he mentioned that.
I'm just thinking about it. I just think
Jodi's thinking about it. She's thinking about it 100%. She's like, you know, Jay's got a phone.
I'm going to get you.
I mean, really, if the moon can charge crystals, you know, why couldn't spirits? You know,
Exactly.
Well, I think it's all based on magnetic pull, because the moon does let out a magnetic pull. We know that because that's how we have high tide. It's how it works, you know. It pushes down the water. When you put something in any kind of container of water, the water level rises.
Right.
That's what happens, and that's what happens at high tides and low tides. The magnetic force pushes down on the oceans, making the water level rise. And I actually do have a whole research and theory and belief all solely around that. Which is
I've taught classes on crystals. I mean, I do, and you know, I don't know whatever you guys think about it, but I do take my personal crystals and put them outside to either be charged by the energy of the sun or the energy of the full moon. I do it routinely. I've always done it. I do feel that it makes their energy stronger. I do feel it makes their energy feel more pure when I'm working with them. So,
you can put a battery up to it and get the same effect.
No.
I'm just saying.
Not the same.
I'm not wasting my 9-volt batteries on crystals. Those go for a data focus.
Damn it. I was going to borrow those from you.
Can you say rabbit?
Get out of here. I'm going to kick your ass.
Oh, God.
You're going to get me before the show's over, I'm so sure.
I'll just blame it out. It's all good, though. So,
absolutely.
So, tell me, David, what do you have planned for your future, and paranormal channel?
Well, basically, like I said, like Joe said earlier, we got some webisodes coming up. They're going to be on the Mississippi Paranormal Research Institute website. We're just going to get some big locations up, man, and just try to make some seasons out of it, and try to collect as much evidence as we can. And, I mean, it's going to be real. It's not going to be, the entertainment only type thing. We got some damn good cast members, that have agreed to come, right now, so far. We've got, Chris.
Who's coming?
Chris
mm-hmm.
We've got Chris Mocon from, Noah Ghost Tours down in New Orleans. We got Kevin
New Orleans Paranormal Society.
Yep. And we also got Kevin coming, that was also
mm-hmm.
on South Paranormal and Sci-Fi. Mm-hmm. We got Melissa, one of also the team members. Mm-hmm. And we'll, from what I'm understanding, we won't throw Randy Hardy in there every now and then if he agrees to it. So, from Deep South Paranormal. So, it's just something, a little project we're going to be doing. And we're going to see how it works out. And, hopefully it'll work out, real good, and we can get some good evidence out of the whole thing and get some good episodes.
Excellent. Sounds great.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, we're just going to keep on doing NPR. Going to keep on doing what we've been doing for years, man, and doing our fundraisers. Our main one right now is Lifting a Lot of Ministries here in Vicksburg, Mississippi. They help out homeless families and abused families. And we're going to do our best we can to actually, raise more money for them for the years to come. So.
Oh, that's great. What are you doing for them, David? How are you doing that?
Basically, we just do paid investigations, and it depends. Okay. It depends on the location that we go to. We'll give them a certain percent. If we can do the location for free, we'll give them half of profit or whatever. And whatever we get goes into the chapter funds for our treasurer, basically where we can get more equipment, and we can, basically put out these big events for the community to come in and investigate. Because, I mean, there's so many people out there that want to join paranormal teams, but they don't have the time. They want to be, there's a lot of them that want to be weekend warriors, which is perfectly fine. That's whenever we have these events. Hey, be a ghost hunter for the night. You get to come in, hold the equipment, we get to show you stuff, and actually, not really, well, I would say sort of train in all way. Because, I mean, it don't matter how long you've been in the paranormal field, you don't know everything. But, I mean, we help them out and try to get them an understanding of what contaminated evidence, what could, set the K2 off or millimeter type thing. We just give them a rundown, a 101 class, which it's real, it's fun. It's also family, it's family approved. I mean, they can bring their kids in there, which, they got to be 13 and older.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. It's safer. It's easier to monitor that way.
Yeah, and also we throw in history too. I mean, you gotta know history about your own hometown, and we like doing that as well.
Oh, that's great, especially for the kids. And even a lot of adults don't always know the history in their hometown. It's so true.
Yeah, I don't know the history of my town, the one that I live in now. I don't know.
You should know it. You're always out there checking places out around there, too.
And not in my hometown. My hometown is like, pretty much where a one-horse town. I mean, the welcome sign and the goodbye sign is literally on the same banner.
It's on the same block?
I think the population is like 6. Something like that. No bullshit. I got you ever see one of those old service stations in those movies where, some asshole's broken down in the middle of nowhere and they got to stop somewhere, That's what this gas station looks like in my town. And I have a bar that's closed down. And that's it. That's all it's in my town.
And then it's like the old cemetery that you used to hang out at is across the street. So is that the only reason, that's it?
Yeah, that was when I was a kid, man.
Oh, you're talking about now. Oh, well, no wonder you told me you want to get the hell out of there. Now
I
That sounds like the town that sounds just like the town I just moved out of in Alabama. How do you? Oh my God! It was just like that, man. I shit you not.
This area is nothing but farmers. You know, family land, business at farmers. That's all of this is. In my house, it's a 1902 farmhouse. You know, it's not, you know, it's old.
And that's kind of cool, though. Yeah, that's kind of cool, though. It's kind of old farmhouses are actually kind of cool, but it depends on what town it's in, and you know what it's like, and what else is around. Yeah, I don't mind an old farmhouse.
The closest Walmart is like fucking a half hour away.
Oh wow,
that's a little far. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very.
It's all good though.
Hey,
it's gotta be
but yet, it's peaceful, man. You ain't got to worry about the city. Hell, I live in the city, dude. I live downtown Vicksburg, which is good because I'm close to everything, close to the river and all these haunted locations.
Vicksburg's nice.
But the thing is, the county is a hell of a lot better. I mean, you can run outside naked and, you know, pee in a bush or whatever. But I can't do that.
I can do that.
You're kidding me. I'll take Vicksburg is nice. I was going over there to Mississippi for a while. I was hanging out in Starkville for a while, you know, and they're like, the city next is like the town that has everything. I was like, what do you mean? Like, I don't think they even have a McDonald's. I was like, what the hell is happening here? There's like a university, and that's it. A dude was trying to get me to move out there. I was like, fucking kidding me? Like, not going to happen. So that didn't work. Needless to say, that didn't happen. That wasn't working out for me at all. No. But Vicksburg's great. So that's very cool. You guys have a really neat history over there. And Vicksburg is actually a really pretty town also. It's very pretty, very scenic where you're at.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, they worked on it over the years. It used to be, you know, shit. But over the years, man, I mean, they put a lot of stuff out. I mean, plus parades and just community events. It's came a long way, you know.
Yeah.
I'll give shout out. Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I give shout out to, you know, Main Street program and also, you know, to former mayors, man. They've put a lot of work into this town, and I'm glad it's where it's at right now. Of course, it's a retirement town, but I mean, it's getting better. I mean,
yeah.
And that's another thing we're trying to do is add also to, you know, getting a lot of filming, a lot of producers come in, you know, maybe to bring more tourists in to, you know, help out the community, which it's worked out pretty good so far.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely make a big difference. And I mean, but you're traveling outside of Mississippi too, David. You're not doing all your investigations just in that area. Where else are you going? What else are you doing?
Here soon we're coming. It's probably going to be next year. Not the beginning of next year, probably in February. I'm looking at. We're going down to Old Weston High School, and we're going to investigate that area, that place. And actually, it's like a cemetery right next door to it. It's like back in the 1800s. But the story is with Old Weston High School. It burnt down in the 1800s. It was built like 2 years later. It burnt down, and supposedly like 30 some odd kids, you know, were killed in the fire, which I really don't believe that because there's no documentation about it. That's just basically, you know, hearsay. The whole story was featured on, you know, on USA Today about a month ago for a Halloween special. But we're going down there.
Little urban legend going on.
Yeah, basically that's what it is. But I mean, the place does have activity, man. We went in there and we were filming, and Teresa Appel, she's a reporter from the Clarion Ledger, and I actually got video of a door shutting on her. We were not expecting it. It was during the daytime, and I just happened to have my camera, and I looked up, and I was videoing, and she went walking past this door, and she was about 2 foot away from this door. The video doesn't give it justice. I sit here and saw it with my eyes. It was definitely interesting. Also, we got an EVP while we were in there. You really can't, it's a Class C. You really can't understand what it's saying. But we got Western High School coming up. Also, we got, I can't say this location, but down in New Orleans area.
Okay.
We've got that coming up soon. That's whenever we're going to start filming our first episode of the, you know, Ghost Scouters.
Okay. Oh, maybe I'll see you when you're over here. That's like 45 minutes away from me.
Throughout your journey, David, throughout your journey, you've been in some pretty cool places, obviously, and you have some coming up that are actually seems pretty. I would love to go personally, but I won't be able to go. Now, have you ever had any kind of paranormal blowjobs happening throughout your travels? I'm still waiting for that one.
About that? Tell us all about that.
I haven't had any paranormal blowjobs, but I've had a lot of paranormal situations that blew my mind.
I'm still waiting for it to happen. I see it on TV a lot. I've been doing this for almost 20 years. Kind of Ghost Adventures. He's always getting fucked up somehow, whether sexually or whatever. I've been researching a hell of a lot longer than they have, and I've never had it happen. So I'm just trying to get a comparison, and maybe that's me. Maybe you'll think that's so like me.
Fine. When I see you, Jason, and we're investigating, I will group you in the dark, okay? It will be inappropriate.
That's what I like.
And I'm going to pretend it wasn't me, though, just so you know. It would be paranormal, all right. Jason will come running out screaming, okay? That's what's going to happen. Oh, my God. But, yeah, there's always something inappropriate going on. Don't you, that's what they want. Those guys that are always in dark buildings or on TV, and they're like, you can touch me if you want to. Come on. Is that why those guys are always on lockdown overnight in the dark? Because they want inappropriate touching. Is that what it's about? I mean, okay.
The whole time that they're getting locked down, I always wonder, what if they get the shit? That's all the thing in my head. I swear to God, this is what's going on in my head. They're locked in the building, no plumbing. Where do they go?
Now, you know good and well as I do that they got a trailer outside with generators.
Of course.
There
is a porta potty, and there is an RV with a nice bathroom.
That's all we got now. How surprised me.
Come on. Of course they do. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not going to say it's gospel or anything, but if I was maybe I would have... Maybe, exactly. Maybe I would have an RV if I was those guys. Perhaps.
I wouldn't have an RV. What's the point of being in the field if you're going to be catered to?
If I needed to go to the bathroom, I just needed to go to the bathroom. If I was desperate to go to the bathroom, there would maybe need to be an RV.
You don't become a ghost hunter to get 5-star accommodations.
Well, I don't if I have to go to the bathroom, I have to go.
Well, you hop your ass in a car and you find the closest gas station.
I've been many times where there was no gas station in the back-ass backwoods of Georgia where I had to plug outside. I went outside and I brought a roll of toilet paper. I had to go find a spot. Hello?
There you go. That's right.
I do
that. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to dig a hole in the ground. You're supposed to bring your own toilet paper.
I do.
Yep.
And I take a friend, too. I'm not going alone in the dark. No.
What?
Someone's going with me if I have to pee, okay? I'm not going alone in the dark.
Yeah, because you never know. You never know. You have to take somebody with you if something happens. If you see an apparition or anything paranormal, you got to have a witness.
There's always a partner in ghost investigating anyway. You're not really supposed to be anywhere alone. That's just doing sessions.
When you clean yourself after peeing, or do you just kind of wipe it and throw it away?
A person just wipes it and throws it away.
Okay, because I just wanted to make sure that we're on the same page of why you bring a bun with you.
Well, a girl might get a hand. You never can tell.
No. I could just picture you saying, I'm trying to just grab it by the head and wear it in there and say, all right.
Oh, we're going to get in so much trouble, I'm sure. Citation, I feel a station citation coming on. Okay, moving on. So, Dave, station citation. So, David, who are your paranormal heroes? Like, who are really your paranormal? Who do you really look up to?
You know, I've never been asked that question before.
Really?
Mm-mm. Never have.
Like, who do you really admire in the field? Like, it could be anyone. It doesn't have to be somebody famous. Like, just it could be anyone. And I want to know, like, why you admire them. Like, what it is. What have they done that was so cool, or what you've learned from them, or what you think you could learn from them. I just think it's a good question.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think. I'm sorry, I stepped on the cat. Hold on one second. Let me.
Oh no.
But no, I think really one of the people I really admire. Two of them? I'll go for two of them.
Okay.
The first one is Paula Westbrook. I mean, she's been doing it. Yeah, she's been doing it for 20-some odd years, man. She is so knowledgeable. I've learned a lot from her over the years. Also, Keith Age. Keith Age is very knowledgeable. You know, great guy. I've learned a lot from him. So, yeah, them two, those are basically the ones, you know, I'll sit here and listen to.
Very cool.
Yeah, so, man, hell, Keith's been doing it for years, too.
Oh, yeah, he has. I mean, he's a very popular guy. I might need to get Paula on here sometime. She'd probably make a great guest. But she is great.
Oh, she would. Oh, she would.
I'll have to get her on. I bet she's fun. Oh, yeah, and I know a lot of people know Keith and really look up to him, and you know, he's definitely a popular guy. But yeah, those are good ones. So, what's your favorite piece of tech? What's your favorite piece of paranormal equipment that you just cannot be without?
Voice recorder.
That's your favorite? Yeah.
Yep.
Jason likes recording too. That's his favorite too. What are you using?
Mine, I just got a regular Sony, you know, digital recorder.
Mm-hmm.
I love Sony. Yeah, I love Sony. I used to have the RCAs, you know, with the flip-out USB. Which they were real easy, but, man, those give away. They start flying. You know, you have them for a couple of years. They started losing quality. But Sony, I've never had a problem with Sony. It's always picked up great evidence. Also, voice recorder-wise, you get one of the old Blackberries. Actually, I learned this from Patrick Burns. Well, actually, Patrick Burns is another one I admire. Patrick Burns from True TV's Haunted Evidence. Patrick actually introduced me to one of the old Blackberries. Using, you know, it's not active, but you use it as a recorder, man.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You know, I think I sold mine, but if I had known that, I probably might have held on to it. But I'm gonna have to look and see if I have it or not. But that's a great idea. So tell me about that. Like, what makes it so great? What's different about using that?
Well, I mean, it's easy to use for one thing, and you can put a memory card in there. And I mean, you can upload. I mean, you can record hours of evidence. And,
that's true.
I mean, it's very, very clear. You know, with some of the EVPs that you catch on there. I mean, Blackberries, hell, they're stable. I got two of them right now that I still use. But yeah, I mean, it's worth a shot. You know, getting like that. Plus, and if you get it active, I haven't tried this, but I've been thinking about it. Definitely download the Echovox on there. I do like the Echovox.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Kevin and Chris introduced me to that, and I freaking love it.
Me too.
The thing is with the Echovox that, you know, just like the Spirit Box and all that stuff, you know, but the Echovox, listen outside of what's going on with the Echovox, not what's coming out of the Echovox. It's like white noise type thing.
Yeah.
And I've got some cool EVPs just outside of that, just while it's playing, and you know, randomly spitting out stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that. I just started playing around with that. I downloaded it a while back because Chris turned me on to it and said he loves it. And you know, of course, and we had Danny on the show also. What a cool guy. And yeah, so I think it's really, really neat. And I know a few people also like you that are really loving it. So yes, how else are you using that? Are you using it a lot?
Yeah, I use it.
A lot of good stuff. Yeah.
I use it all the time, and
cool.
Ever since they introduced it to me, I've been using it all the time. And like I said, I've had some pretty cool stuff come out of it. And I'm not big at all on spirit boxes. Obvious.
I have one. I got one when it first came out, so I still have it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not big on it. I really don't. I wouldn't use it as a hardcore evidence, but you know, some of the things that Echo Box is saying, I would actually think about using it as evidence because I don't know, it's weird. It's just weird as hell. There's another thing that we actually Chris Maggard from what's his name of his group, TSP, I think. Like that, but anyway, they introduced me to the Shepherd's Stone, which is pretty cool. The Shepherd's Stone, basically, the theory is you can charge the room with it. The Shepherd's Stone is actually I think it's like two tones, but yet the illusion makes it sound like three. It's like a never-ending tone, like downward spiral tone.
No, I'm not familiar with that. Jason, are you familiar with this? Did we lose Jay?
Not here.
Are you familiar with this? I'm not. I don't know about this at all. So I'm not familiar with this at all.
Yeah, the Shepherd's Stone. The Shepherd's Stone.
Shepherd's Stone? I don't know.
No, you'll have to send me info on that.
Yeah, absolutely. You can look it up on YouTube. It's called the Shepherd's Stone. Now, the Shepherd's Stone was created by a psychiatrist, and he would what he would do is he would play this random tone to people that had schizophrenia, and it supposedly made them basically, it healed them and made them sane type thing. But I don't know, you have to do a lot more research than I've done on it. But I've listened to it, and don't get the high-pitched Shepherd's Stone. That's horrible. Oh my God, I cringe whenever I hear that. But get the low-volume Shepherd's Stone. It's pretty cool, man. I mean, I charged a room at Cuban State Hospital. It was me and local rapper D.B. Cooper and his wife, and we were investigating during the daytime. And I let it play for probably about 10 minutes, just to see if it had charged the area. And then I put on the echo box, and it was about 5-6 minutes later, we got a good EVP. So it's pretty interesting.
That is interesting. It's the first I've heard of this. So yeah, I'll definitely look into that and see what else I can find out about. Who else is using that?
It's Chris Maggard and his team are the only ones that I know of that's using it. Besides NPR now, we're definitely using it. But you got to be careful with it though, because I mean, some people it will make them feel sick. It will. I mean, it'll make them feel very uneasy. It depends on what the person is. So basically, you got to test out. That's just like the Jacob's Ladder. The Jacob's Ladder charger room. It's like 14,000 volts of freaking electricity, and it'll make people feel sick and uneasy and all that stuff. I mean, we used to use that, but we eventually stopped using it because it was just so much EMF, dude.
Okay. What do you think about that, Jason? Oh, that's weird. Yeah,
I've heard of Jacob's Ladder, but I've never actually experimented with it or worked with it. I do know that there's a couple of people throughout the Midwest that are really, really getting into, I guess, experimenting with the whole idea of it. But I don't know if it's enough to suggest either way, though.
Well, the good thing is about it is whenever you charge the room, it kills all the dust particles. It makes them heavy and they just fall to the ground. So whenever you're taking flash, you don't get these double orbs and all that crap. And so, I mean, it makes the room a lot cleaner for photography.
Oh, that's interesting. That's actually really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You get so much crap in your pictures. Yeah, I like that. See, I feel out of touch. I feel a little out of touch. There's all kinds of new stuff coming out. I am not on top of this technology. Like just new interesting little things that people are trying. But very cool.
Well, the idea of the Jacob's Ladder has been around for probably about 3 or 4 years. It's not a brand new thing. A lot of people still using it for that period of time, but
yeah, definitely. I mean, heck, it was around with Einstein. Definitely use it. But like Jason said here recently, it's been more popular because they're using negative and positive ion chargers.
Yeah.
To charge the room and kill dust particles. I mean, he's totally right about that.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I didn't have anybody.
Don't realize that by doing that, they're also putting a static charge in the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
But it don't matter if you go not, you're still going to get orbs.
Yeah, see? So I don't know if I like that. So I don't know if that's worth doing then. It's
well, it depends on
catch-22 there.
Yeah, it depends on it depends on, like I said, I mean, it depends on what location you're at. I mean, you're not going to sit here, if you go to an abandoned asylum or whatever, or old school, you're not going to kill all the dust particles in there. But if you go to just a private residence, whatever, a smaller area, it'll knock some of them down. But,
the dust particles, the best way to do it is hand a client a bottle of pledge and say, get the work, call me the week.
Oh, there you go. Hey, I like that.
There you go. Yeah, for a residential, absolutely. Just tell them it has to be really, come on. I've gone to residential investigations where when I've gone in for the initial interview, I've said to them, if you feel like there's activity happening in your home, one of the first steps you might want to take is to completely clean and clear your domicile. Can make a difference to what you're attracting here.
Okay, Dominic,
it's always a good way to start by cleaning it up before you go in for that type of an investigation. But
I think that should be a requirement. If people are coming over, regardless of, you should clean your fucking house.
Yeah. Somebody's coming in, clean that shit up. But, some of these places are such a disaster. Somebody calls you out there to do an investigation, and you get there, and it's like some kind of hoarding is going on. I'm not putting a team in for that. No.
There's your negativity right there, and no wonder they're, experiencing stuff, because, the place is a freaking wreck. Of course you're going to be depressed. Of course you're going to be, now, of course, also, negative spirits, there is, they feed off of stuff like that. Dark rooms, dark areas, darkness in the house,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's to clean that house, to open that one closet, and it's like, holy fuck! Something just piles all on you. And then you're looking at the number saying,
get out of the closet. Get out of the closet.
Not good.
No, it's true. I've been in some really bad houses like that. It's like, you don't want to come in there. You can't bring a team in there. Just like what I used to tell my daughter when her house looked like a friggin' explosion went off in there. I used to tell her there were trolls hiding in there. I did. I used to tell her that. When she's a little kid, I'd be like, because she had people like, there's something under the bed or something in her closet. Yeah, okay. That's what I would tell her. And she was scared. She would clean that shit up because, same theory. Chaos brings in additional chaos. So you have to clean it up. But what are you going to do at a historic location? There's dust everywhere. You can't really get that. You really can't get that under control. There's always going to be some kind of atmospheric or environmental condition that's not going to be in your control. So you have to just do the best that you can to, prove or disprove it. And, a lot of the things that I use, some of it might be, a lot of my equipment is not new. I definitely need to get some new things in my repertoire, and that's for sure.
Let's stop bringing the investigation.
What?
You got to stop bringing the rabbit to every investigation. I know finding ghosts are exciting, but it's not that exciting.
Damn it.
Well, I'll tell you what about, you were talking about getting new equipment. Some of the older equipment actually is the best, like the old analog recorders.
Yeah.
They're good. Just the older, just regular film cameras, they're good because they don't pick up the dust orbs and the elements of nature like the digital cameras do.
Yeah, that's true. Not as much.
Yeah. So, you just have to rotate back and forth and try new stuff,
Yeah.
like the grandpa and all that. It's worth a shot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I've got a bunch of stuff, but I definitely could use a few new things, that's for sure. But like I said, like when the Mel came, like I get the first generation Mel meter, I get the first generation Obelisk. I bought a bunch of, I have a couple of K2 meters and a bunch of digital recorders and digital cameras and, a couple of DVRs. I've got things, a bunch of cameras and motion stuff. I have it all, but it's all, 5 or 6 years old. But, just none of it's brand new. That's all.
Well, it works. I mean, it all works. Something else. Also, just get just a compass. I have one. I have it. Yeah.
I got like $5,000 worth of gear sitting up in my office, and whenever I go out on a personal investigation,
right,
I just bring a tag bag with 3 or 4 things in it, and that's it.
That's it.
Exactly.
The things that I take on my person, I'm with you guys. The things I take on my person, I really like the Melmeter, flashlight, you know what I mean? There's a few personal things, like digital recorder, my camera, really. Sometimes I like a set of divining rods in my back pocket. I really don't take all that stuff. I always have a giant case of shit, and my DVR if I'm going someplace that's a really interesting historic location, I'm going to stay for a few days maybe. But, otherwise, my personal stuff, those are the things that I really like a lot. But, I've got all kinds of other meters and all kinds of other stuff. A couple of different microphones. I might leave a couple of extra recorders running somewhere, but just to kind of leave them and see what I get later. Run an additional camera somewhere, on a tripod. But other than that, I like a few personal items on myself. That's it. I kind of go old school a lot of the time too.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with both of y'all, man. I mean, all I take is a K2 and a voice recorder. That's all I take. I mean, hell, I got cameras running around, so I ain't got to worry about all that,
No, you really don't.
And if you have 4 guys in your team, if you split the gear up appropriately, there's no need to carry any of that shit. You can sit down and say, you're going to hold the digital camera. You're going to hold the recorder. You got a K2 meter, and that's all you got to carry in your pocket. That's it. You don't need a fucking slew of equipment. Because half of it, how are you going to lie? Half of it is all bullshit equipment. Most of it, for one, all your different types of K2 meters, Mel meters, static boxes, it's the same fucking thing in a different container.
It is. And of course, I had to buy, back in the day, I had to have, the natural EMF meter. I thought I needed all that, 6 years ago, back in the day, you thought you needed that. But the only reason I have all that stuff is because I had a bunch of cheap asses on my team, and I was the only one that had the fucking money. So I had to buy it all. So when I moved out of Georgia, all the equipment moved with me. So that's why.
Well, I mean, really all you need EMF-wise is just a top field. I mean, that measures everything. You just have that one thing, and that's it. I mean, you got AC, DC currents and everything.
It's cool. Yeah. The problem with track field, and this is funny as hell, is people buy it, and they'll spend, I think it's, $120, I think, for that?
Yeah, I got it.
They put it on EMF setting. And that's it. That's all it is. It's like, you could have just saved yourself about $100 and bought a K2.
It's true, and I have that too. It's but I didn't know that. When I first started buying equipment, though, I got excited, and I had to have, one of everything, You know how that goes.
Oh, yeah.
That it all does the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, hell, all you need is a fucking, the ghost meter. I mean, it's basically the same damn thing, and it still goes off, or the DAWs meter. I mean, you can use that. I mean, it still picks up. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, then a few years later, I got the Mel that combined, 4 different things, and then I didn't need any of that stuff. And I just take that out.
Well, the problem with the Mel is you have to get it recalibrated. I mean, it's good that you have the temperature on there, and you get the reading. But man, I had mine for 2 years, and it started screwing up on me. I'm glad it. Yeah, it did. I don't even use it anymore. Like I said, all I use is a K2 meter and voice recorder. And of course, we keep our records down. Oh yeah, this hit certain milligauss. We do our baseline and this and that. And we have our, little weather station that we carry around to get temperature, readings. And I mean, what really kills me with a lot of paranormal investigators, they go out and buy these laser guns. And the laser gun, dude. I mean, okay, yeah. You point the laser gun, the laser hits the wall, it's measuring that. It's not measuring everything around you.
Yeah, no. I don't have
used for health department for testing soup and shit. I mean, why do you use it for investigating?
Contractors use it to find drafts in houses so they know where to repair an insulation issue.
Is that what they're using it for? They're trying to find drafts? Because I don't have that. I don't know why anybody would need it. I'm glad you said that about your Mel David, because I did not think of that, and mine has actually been sitting this year for quite a few months, so I should maybe think about sending mine in to get it recalibrated. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Well, it depends on how much you use it, too.
I've seen a lot of use, yeah.
Another thing that I noticed, too, with people is they do prefer, like, the digital EMF meter and the, the millimeter and so forth and so on, because they like seeing the numbers. And this is what I always get from people. They'll say, oh, dude, I got a 2.0 on the millimeter, or I got a 2.0 on my digital EMF, and I was asking the same thing, but they can't answer it. I said, okay, so what does that mean? And they don't know how to answer that question. No idea. Okay, you got a 2.0 on it. What does that mean?
Is that low? Is that high? Is that high enough? I mean, do the research.
Does that mean
find out what your middle all is?
Well, what does it mean? Does it mean you pick up some kind of radio frequency? Does it mean you capture the ghost? What
is it Wi-Fi?
Tell me. Is it
Wi-Fi?
You don't know. So again, they see those numbers and they automatically assume it's some kind of thing because it happens once, and it's nothing. It's not consistent.
Right.
Oh well.
I'm pretty sure it means they captured a ghost every time. I'm going to start writing that. I'm going to start writing that in my journal every time.
I captured a ghost. The millimeter went up to 3.8.
Yes. If it passes a 3.2, I capture the ghost.
And my temperature on it rose to 666 degrees. It's got to be a demon. How many times have you heard that, huh?
Oh, my God.
If I'm thinking a monster and it went over, a certain degree, it must be a demon.
Hey, see, I'm glad you brought that up about the 6.666 thing. We were actually at Mansfield State Reformatory.
Okay.
We were investigating that place, and me and Tammy McCourt were actually just watching, DVR system. Everybody else was running around investigating. Nobody was in solitary confinement. And Tammy was like, "Oh my God, look at the DVR!" And we looked on it. And I looked at the camera, the frame, and it was a full-bodied apparition. It was crazy.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So me and Tammy and her husband Rich, we just grabbed whatever we could find, equipment. We go hauling ass through the threshold of solitary confinement. It was like nothing but a big mist there. It stopped us in our tracks, and I was like, "What the hell was that?" And Tim was like, "Shit, I don't know." I was like, "Well, hell, let's go." So we went to the end of the hallway where we saw it on the camera, and nothing was there. So we started asking questions. We heard a couple of cell doors slam in solitary confinement, which was crazy as hell because none of them were shut. Well, we went around the bottom floor, and the millimeter said the degrees was 6.66, something like that. 66.6. I'm sorry. And I looked at her. I was like, "Oh hell no, you shitting me, right?" Well, about 5 minutes later, asking questions, she got attacked.
No.
Definitely, whatever it was took her down on the floor. She says her stomach was hurting, she couldn't breathe, this and that, and I went to try to pick her up and basically do a fireman carry and try to get her out there, but I could not pick her up. Finally, Rich intervened and started provoking a little bit and started getting pissed, and I was finally able to get her up and carried her back to the break room. We got her back to the break room, lifted her up, her pants leg, and there were, like, finger marks and bruises on her leg. I thought that was pretty crazy. But,
wow.
Yeah, that's my story about the 666.
So what happened with that? How long did they last? Did anybody else have any experiences like that going on at that location?
nobody else did that night. We locked it down for at least 30 minutes, and we let like 4 or 5 people go in there, nothing but guys, go in there and actually provoke and try to see, bring out whatever it was, and nothing happened. So, I don't know.
Wow.
She has her own DVR camera on her being taken down. So, definitely an experience. I asked her about that.
Wow.
Huh?
That's crazy.
Tammy's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
She's never told me that story, though.
Oh, yeah. It definitely happened. It was crazy as hell. So, I mean, it made me think about Mansfield.
I never been there.
Oh, man, it's awesome, dude. Oh, my
God.
God.
I haven't. Me neither. I haven't been there.
Y'all have to get to Mansfield. I mean, we're down in the, before we started investigating during the daytime, we're in basically the collection area, the gift shop area.
Uh-huh.
And we're hearing cell doors slam. They're right above us, and nobody else is in the building.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
They were having some freaky-ass fucking prison sex.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's got that.
So, David, what's your favorite paranormal story? Tell us what's your favorite investigation that you ever did? What was the weirdest or the coolest thing that ever happened?
I think the coolest one, which it is, was at the McNutt house here in Vicksburg, Mississippi.
Okay.
We were actually filming one night, me and Rob Hood, and supposedly a little girl named Maggie lives, it resides at that place. Right. And I was asking questions in Maggie's hall. Actually, it used to be an old chapel, too. And I was asking her, I was like, could you slam the door? Could you throw a pebble, something? And next thing you know, it happened. Cabinet door slammed. I left the cabinet door open to see if she would actually, respond to us, and it slammed, and it scared the hell out of me. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it's on video. It's on my ghost story, but I could have kicked their ass for, replaying it like 20 times. But I figured I'd jump up and I'd say, oh shit, what the hell, And that was probably the best experience I've had. We actually got on film. Now, another one was here at the Lindley House here in Vicksburg, Mississippi. It was at Rob's wedding. It was daytime, and basically this house was built on a Union sharpshooter line during the Civil War. I mean, they sit here and picked off Confederate soldiers and slaves. It was horrible. It was like a massacre. Well,
oh wow, yeah.
I'm sitting on the front porch. On the back porch, and 2 people are inside. The whole house is vacant. Okay, and next thing you know, I hear this weird buzzing sound, like type thing. And I look over and I was like, yeah, it's coming from the breaker box. I mean, it's small wires and stuff down there in the house, so it's going to make a sound. Well, I look over where the old office used to be of Dr. Lindley. Mm-hmm. And there's a door there. Some doors, they have a window at the top, too. And that's all I saw was the light going on and off, and it was push-button switches, not, flipping on and off. So I jump up, I run inside, and the 2 people that were inside, they were sitting at the coffee table. I'm like, really? Is there anybody else in the house? They were like, no. So I haul ass back to the office, and nobody's in there. The door's locked. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. I mean, we had a shower head getting thrown in the tub and everything.
So, have you ever been able to go back again to either one of those locations, or do you go back?
Yeah. I mean, Lindley though we can't because somebody else bought it.
Oh.
That right there is one of the most haunted locations I've been to. I mean, that's where I got the first, supposedly full-bodied apparition, I got on film, which it could be spot fog. We've had experience.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I'm thinking, well, you know, Keith said it was spot fog, and I'm going, yeah. Yeah, he says it was spot fog. Hey, you still see the face and everything in it. I mean, he said it was that, and, you know, I'm going to go with my gut on that, because, I mean, the man knows what he's doing.
Okay.
We also got just multiple EVPs from there, man. The female saying no. It was 3 guys in there in the hallway, and a female, I asked a question, how old are you, ma'am? No, she said, I have no time. I've got all that on SoundCloud. In the office area where the light was cutting on and off, set a digital recorder in there, man. And as soon as we walk away, you hear us walking down the hall. This female says, hey, so
you've investigated the north and you've investigated the south. What do you think areas are the more active spots?
The south. Definitely the south. It's just, I mean, just so much trauma down here, man, during the Civil War, or any kind of battleground, you know, around the area. Of course, there's going to be more activity because, I mean, all the trauma that went on. But I really do think the South is more haunted. But, you know, I've never been up to Rhode Island or New York or anything like that. You know, the furthest I've been is Ohio.
I've been to them. And I've been down south.
Oh, cool. Where'd you go down south?
Oh, I've been in the Carolinas. I've been to Georgia. I've been to Virginia.
Nice.
I've been to pretty much all along the East Coast.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah, Jason gets around.
I do. And now I'm venturing off west.
You're going to keep getting around, too.
That's right. And next year you're going to hear me say, welcome to Ghost Chat Radio. I am your host with the Paranormal Crowds, Jason Stanton.
Crawling all over the East Coast. That's going to happen. Oh, God. If that happens, I'm going to make sure I sit on my own couch when I hang out with you.
But I've been all over the place. I've been trying to get more west, though. I really have. Which I'm going west in a couple of weeks. I'm going to be out in Illinois.
Yeah.
I'm going to figure that out. So hopefully.
Jason's got new projects coming up also. He's working on new, exciting things as well. So we're going to see something new and different from him this year as well.
I think in the upcoming new year, people are going to see a totally new side of me, and it's just not going to be dick and fart jokes.
Yeah, it's still going to be very cool and very fun, though. I'm sure of it.
Voluntary can be fun.
Yeah.
Very good, man. But yeah, I was just actually in Rhode Island last week. I was at Rhode Island Lighthouse. Yes, it was kind of cool. That was a cool place.
It looked beautiful. I mean, I know you went out there with some of your friends, and I know you guys had crap weather. It looked like it would have been cooler if you guys would have had nicer weather. I know you said you had a little bit of a rough time, and of course Jason got terribly sick while he was there. But no, you had a chance to review all your evidence from that already, Jason?
What, say that again?
You guys all went through your evidence already?
I haven't gone through mine yet. I haven't even started.
Oh, maybe you'll get...
Yeah, so I haven't even
started
anything.
You have.
Some of the other people have gotten EVPs.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of cool. I'm sure I got some too, but in the same token, I ain't going to lie. I've been lazy as hell all week. But it is what it is. But it was a beautiful location. I do recommend to everybody, even if you're not into the paranormal, take a fucking vacation there because it's just a beautiful spot.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I would love to talk. I've actually never been out to Rhode Island, and I've been to a lot of different states up that way, but I've never made it out, quite out there. But I've heard from so many people how beautiful it is out there, but I don't want to go when it's like icy and rainy and cold.
The problem with Rhode Island is it's too small for me to classify as a state. It's really about the size of New York City. I know a lot of people think New York City is big. It's really not. It's actually really small.
Yeah, it's a city. Yeah.
But Rhode Island's about the size of that, and so it's not very big. And just as fast as you blink your eye, you're out of the state again.
Yeah, just a little fishing town. Really, just a little fishing town, really, right?
Pretty much. I mean, it basically just centers around the coast. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, they got a bunch of lighthouses there.
Nice.
They got a lot of strip malls and shit that are really confined and condensed. But there's also some cool haunted locations up there. They got some old cemeteries, which are kind of cool. And not to mention Salem, Massachusetts is like 45 minutes away from the southern part of Rhode Island.
Yeah, we're definitely hopefully next year we're supposed to be going up to Salem. Me and my wife we're supposed to be hanging out with Stephen and Raleigh Black. We're supposed to be going up there and
Salem?
Yep, hitting
they're
Salem.
cool people. Stephen and Raleigh are awesome people. You'll like them. They're great investigators. Salem, Massachusetts itself, though, ain't gonna lie, if you're going there for any kind of ghost or anything like that, or even witches, you're going to be sadly disappointed. It's just one big fucking tourist trap. That's all it is. But if you go outside of Salem and you get into those little towns, you'll get a lot more history and a lot more crap that you're going to want to see.
Oh, cool.
Than what you're going to find in Salem. And if you go about a half hour outside of Salem, there's a place called the Firehouse Sandwich Shop. I recommend you to stop there because the shit kicks ass, man. It's fucking awesome. They have the best sandwiches ever. And they're hot sandwiches.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Write that down.
Oh.
I'm dying to go out there. I of course, would love to explore Salem for the fucking tourist trap that it is. But I would love to explore some other areas. And I've been out to Massachusetts for work. But so many places, I've been so many places around the country, but again, was working where the company sort of, flew me in, did work, flew me back out, and I really did not get to do the things that I wanted to do or see the things I wanted to see, and there's some beautiful areas out there that I would love to spend a little more time. I'd love to spend a good week out in Massachusetts, so I should probably hit up some of my Facebook friends and see if I can make the rounds out there one of these days when the weather is nice and not when it's freezing and snowing, and no, not at this time of year for sure either.
Early fall. Go there in the winter. If you go there in the winter,
no.
You're not going to get it.
Yeah, no. I want to go either
in the summer.
Spring, before it's really hot, either in the spring, late spring, early summer, or really early fall.
Yeah. In the springtime in Massachusetts, it's about 55 degrees.
I love 55.
Wow.
55 is great. Yeah. 55, between 55 to 65, I love it. Perfect. Because I'm hot all the time. I love that.
It's not about people in the field, Jodi.
Huh?
It's not the same kind of 55 degrees that you experience down there.
Oh, well, that's true. That's true. You guys might have a little more wind chill up there. We got the humidity down here.
It's not like the heat. We get in New York, it's 105 degree heat, but if you go down south, 80 degrees feels like it's 150 down there.
Yes, it does. It's 150 and your clothes are sticking to you. Exactly.
You're definitely sweating balls as soon as you walk out the door.
You better believe it.
But in New York, at 100 degrees, you're hot as hell, but you're comfortable. You're all right.
Yeah. Well, unless you're, yeah.
What do y'all think about Lowdale? Have y'all been there?
I haven't, but I want to go. I really want to go there too, and I've heard from a few people that I really, as somebody, who's an intuitive, I've heard from people that I really should go, that I would love it. A couple of friends have told me that I should definitely go there, so it's on my bucket list for sure.
Excellent.
And I've heard it's really pretty. That it's really, really pretty out there. So that it's worth the trip, but that it's, probably like a 3-hour drive out of the city. That it's, 3 or 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours out of the city. It's definitely not anywhere close to New York City. So I don't know what airports that fly into, but it's definitely farther than I would want to drive, coming from down here where we are. I probably definitely want to fly out there and hook up with some friends that I have up that way for sure. Yeah, I think.
Right. Yeah, I got a question for both of y'all. All right, I'm going to start out with the pretty one, not you, Jason. Now, if any location in the world that you would like to investigate, where would you go?
I would go over to Scotland. I really want to investigate old castles. I've always had a huge interest. It doesn't really matter. I don't specifically know all of them that well, David, to be honest. But I am very interested in two places, the old catacombs under, like, France, those, and also the old castles in, like, the UK and Scotland. I've always wanted to, I would love to go on some kind of an overnight lockdown in the old castles.
Oh, nice.
I would love that. That would be my first choice, I think. Yeah.
What about you, Jason?
Oh, I know the answer to this, I think. So, your paranormal bucket list. I think I know a couple places, but I didn't spill the beans on any of them.
Well, I don't have too much of a bucket list, I guess you can say, because anything that I would want to do, I do it anyway. That's just me, but so I try to go after the places that I know I can't do, like the White House. I would love to do the White House.
I knew that.
I would like to do Buckingham Palace. I think that would be awesome. The Vatican, that would be amazing to do that.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to go into a couple of the pyramids in Egypt that are under extreme security.
I would love
that
to
would
do
be
that.
fantastic.
Yeah. The pyramids would be fascinating. Absolutely.
I think if I could spend the whole night there, that would also probably yield positive results.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But, it's so funny. The first time Jason said the White House, it's so funny, but I've never heard anyone else except for Jason come up with the White House, and it's such a great idea. What a freaking great location. And, I mean, it really, really is. The history and the people that live there and, the people that you could capture, the residual haunting even that would be there would be incredible.
You look at Abraham Lincoln. I mean, he used to have dreams of his death all the time.
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln is also known to may have had a gay relationship.
Yeah, that's true.
Something a lot of people may not know, but it's true.
So who knows what you would capture there?
Well, there you go, Jason. You said you wanted a paranormal blowjob.
I may get one from Abraham Lincoln. Who knows?
Yeah, we're going to hell for that.
I don't
Probably.
care.
Probably.
The devil's got an extremely order on me.
Oh, my God. The station citation. But, yeah, I mean, what a great freaking location. It really, Jay's the only one I've heard come up with that, but it really is. And, I mean, we'll never get in there, I'm sure, but what a great place to imagine getting into.
That's because I'm more of an original type of paranormal investigator. A lot of
You are.
What's on TV and say, "Oh shit, I got to go there." No, I like to think outside of the box. And the White House, you take something like the White House, you're not just looking at the presidents that There's been drug dealers in there. There's been businesses in there. There's been conspiracy people in there. And if you go by a lot of the other conspiracies, there's been fucking aliens in there, probably fucking the president. Who knows?
Who knows?
That would be interesting. Just think about it. Think about the crap that's unrelated to the president himself. Between, like I said, all the cooks, all the people that clean in there, all the illegal immigrants they hire to pick up the yard, and they have families. They're fucking in there and having some kind of good energy or whatever the hell it is. I mean, there could be a lot of shit in that house.
Yeah, a lot of negative energy.
Who the hell knows? You know how many people probably been murdered in that place?
Yeah, never know.
Oh my gosh, I'm sure there's so many things that we will never know about, that we've never heard about, and the call girls and the people that worked there that were probably knocked off. Who the heck knows what else went on in there?
Jodi. And Jodi, now you're talking about Bill Clinton, aren't you?
No, he was pretty upfront about. He was pretty open about what he did. He had no thing at all. He was like,
yeah. He got nailed.
A blow job. He called me.
Yeah, after he got nailed, I mean, yeah. Then he had to, I did not have sex with that woman, okay? That was not very open about it, okay? That is what he said.
He fucked her with a blow job. That was it.
First, that's what he said. He's denied all of it. Then eventually he had to come clean. I watch politics a lot, so I know what everyone says. But
the woman said that she only gave him a blowjob.
That's
sexual relationship.
Yeah,
that's not vaginal intercourse. That's just that my lips touched your penis, and that was it.
I'm pretty sure there was some hush money involved there. Come on.
The problem with the law. Who the hell knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
It could have been an alien. Who the fuck knows?
Well, where the hell is she now? She just disappeared off the face of the earth, didn't she?
I left her the trial. Nobody knew what the fuck happened to her.
I don't blame her either. She, faded off into obscurity somewhere. For sure.
She got paid. Yep, she got paid money, and that's about it.
She went away. She got paid. She did her interviews, and she went away quietly.
Yep.
Pretty much. I mean, that's pretty much how it goes, we should probably go ahead. Well, when we have a minute, we have a couple of minutes left to the show, but while we're winding down, we want to make sure, David, that you have a chance to get out all of your information, every place online where people can find you. Anything that you're working on, any events that you have coming up, any links to any of those, should people want to get in touch with you or, add you on any social networks, you want to go ahead and get that out there.
Yeah, sure. Basically, you can look us up for MPRI, www.ghostscouters.com. You can get on there and see some of our recent stuff and past stuff that we've done. You can also look me up, David Childers, Childers, on Facebook. We also have a horror film coming up that we filmed for the last 4 months here in Vicksburg, Mississippi. It's called The Documentary of Osbo, and that will be on twistedcarnival.com. You can get on Facebook and find that. There's a group page and a like page. Basically, that's about it. Yeah. Basically, it's about the killer clown Osbo. It's pretty cool. Right now, we're just cutting the soundtrack for it. The movie's finished, but it's cutting the soundtrack. You can also look for us on Twisted Carnival for another documentary coming up called The Angels of War. It's about the Sisters of Mercy here in Vicksburg, Mississippi. They basically came from Baltimore to come here and help out during the Civil War, during smallpox outbreak and yellow fever.
Wow. Now, did you write these movies, or are you just starring as one of the players in the movie? Who's putting these movies out?
Yeah, basically, I'm just one of the characters. I'm an actor. Well, Angels of War. Angels of War. I did a lot of research on that. But documentary Osbo, Gene Hamill. He's on Facebook as well.
Okay.
He's with eventscreamer.com and also a part of all of us at Southern Line Media. But you can look him up and find a lot of updates from him. I mean, he does a lot of stuff here in Jackson area. He's a damn good guy, and he's a great producer. Or he writes a lot of the storylines.
You know what I just link all the accounts into one, so whatever I post on one, it goes on all of them. And then if I get
what are you using today? What are you using? What application are you using for that?
You can just link it. You can do it right on Facebook. There's a thing on Facebook. If you go into your settings, it'll say, "Do you want to link your Twitter account or this account or whatever the case is?" And Ghost Chat Radio is linked on my Twitter account. So whatever you do on Ghost Chat Radio, it'll go right on Twitter. So, and then if I get some kind of notification from any of them, it'll pop up in an email, and then I say, okay, let me just go check out Twitter real quick. But I'm never on it either. I never open it up unless I have a notification.
Oh, I go on there, but I'm actually using a Twitter app to link some of mine, and so that's actually a great idea, and I think easier than what I'm doing. So I'm glad I asked about that. Yeah, great. Well, I'm sure everybody will be looking for those projects. So, yeah, you got a bunch of different things going on for sure. And I did go ahead for everybody and post links to both of those articles that we talked about on Weird Science News tonight. Those are both already posted on the Ghost Chat Radio Facebook fan page here on Facebook. If you haven't taken a minute to like our page, please go ahead and do that. I know that Jason and I will both really appreciate that. And, take a minute and look up David's page. I know he'll appreciate it, and watch, for his new movie to be filming. His new movie, I guess he's already done filming. It's coming out soon. I saw that you guys had that movie about Ozzo the Terrifying Clown coming out, and that's really creepy because I'm really creeped out by scary clowns, I have to tell you. And I don't always admit that, but yes, I am really creeped out by. Yes, it's very creepy.
Get ready for part 2 because we got Freddy Krueger coming. So.
Oh, my God. Well, Freddy I can handle. I grew up with Freddy. I watched all those movies since the very first one. I'm dating myself a little bit here. The first one came out when I was, in high school, so I'm really dating myself. But, when I come down to, Sloss Furnace, if you show up with a creepy clown mask, I'm gonna run through the Sloss screaming. Okay, I'm going to run screaming through this last furnace, I swear to God. Okay? Screaming. Someone should film that, because that is what's going to happen. I won't be able to stand. Especially if I'm drinking, it's over. Okay, no, I won't be. I'm kidding. I would never be drinking. I would never be drinking and investigating. I don't do that. Not ever. But that's creepy. Super creepy.
I'm going to get funniest visual that Ghost Chat Radio has ever given out. Picture someone doing Jodi style, while the theme with the sound mask on, with the theme music to some circus thing going on, and the dude's doing the Tootsie Roll. Yeah!
Oh my God! Station citation! Oh my God! It's never going to happen. I'm going to kill you.
That's funny.
Just when I got out my zombie makeup kit too, okay, to do your zombie makeup at some event. Oh, you're going to get in trouble. I'll get you, Jason Stanton. All right, if you want to find myself or Jason Stanton, you can find me under Jodi Smith on Facebook, the Paranormal Diva fan page. I'd appreciate it if you would stop by and like it on Facebook. That's new. And you can also find me under the Paranormal Diva on Twitter. And, of course, you can find Jason Stanton under Ghost Chat Radio on Twitter and on LinkedIn, and under Jason Stanton on Facebook. And I think that takes us right to about 7 o'clock.
I think so.
Yeah. I think we're right on the money. So until tomorrow night, we will be coming back tomorrow night with another great guest for you, which I have also posted on the Ghost Chat Radio fan page. But we've got paranormal profiler joining us, Martha Hazard Decker. She's an author, and she's got some really interesting stories for you. So don't miss it. It's tomorrow night. It's going to be from 9 to 11 Eastern Standard Time, 8 to 10 Central. So we'll see you then.
Not that long ago.
Was she?
I think.
Well, you might get a question or two in there, but I will be happy to handle it if that's how you want it.
I love Martha. She's awesome.
I'm sure she'll be glad to talk to you. And we'll have a couple of more weird news stories that I've already picked out. And don't miss a terrific round of dumbass trivia when you can win a copy of Jason's book.
Hopefully we could swing that in tomorrow.
I want to. We're overdue for that, for sure.
Yeah. Dumbass trivia tomorrow.
It's time.
It is.
All right. Well, David, you've been a great guest. Thanks for joining us. It was fun.
Absolutely. I appreciate y'all letting me come on. Y'all have a good night.
Thanks, David. Talk to you soon. All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Good night, everybody. Talk to you soon.
All
right.